I have not been on here for a really long time, and I was trying to think of what I wanted to do a video about, and then I was thinking about why I haven't actually been on here for a really long time. I don't know about you, but I feel like social media isn't really that sociable anymore, and I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today because I feel like that's part of the reason why I haven't been on here for a while, and why actually I've kind of taken a step back on a lot of different social media platforms that I was on. I've just, over the last, I want to say year, but maybe it's even, yeah, maybe it's about a year, I've just been slowly I've been posting less. I mean, I haven't posted on Instagram for I think about 2 years. And part of that is because I feel like your feed is just full of adverts. I mean, TikTok is literally, you scroll up. I mean, I've not been on TikTok for months, but when I was last on there, I was literally scrolling, and about every 3 videos, it was an ad, or it was someone saying like, go to TikTok shop. And I was like, I don't want to, I'm not looking for advertisement. I just want to see what people are doing and just want to laugh. Again, it's that doom scroll culture, isn't it? You're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I just was finding that being on social media was taking away a lot of my time, and I was complaining about not having time to do things. And then when I actually kind of reflected on that, what was happening is actually I was just sitting on my phone looking through all the different social media apps, basically, I suppose, hoping for a dopamine hit that doesn't really satisfy you. And I feel like, especially since everyone's just throwing adverts at you these days, the content is becoming less and less satisfying. And I feel like influencers, a lot of them are fake, or they have aspects of their life that they obviously are showing, and you're only seeing one part of their life. And I think that's like with everyone to a certain degree. Even in real life, like, people don't show you the good, bad and ugly all the time. But I just think we weren't necessarily meant to see what everyone else is up to all the time, because obviously that's when comparison can happen, and as they say, comparison is the theft of joy. I unfollowed a lot of people on YouTube as well, so like I was subscribing to a lot of channels and they just didn't really resonate with me anymore. So I kind of went through and looked at what sort of content I was consuming and whether it actually made me, I don't know if like happy is the right word. I'm always very careful about how I use the word happy because happiness is fleeting, but like content and something that I would look forward to watching. And a lot of it I was just like, I don't really care like what this person's buying anymore, because I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to spend all my money. Yeah, I was definitely in a spending loop as well. And what's crazy is I wasn't even keeping up with all these trends and what everyone else is doing, but I was still spending so much money. And I kind of had this realization, I don't know why it took me so long to work this out. I'm literally almost, I was kind of like rewarding myself for like going to work because, yeah, I'm not going to get into work, but that's a whole different discussion. But I feel like, yeah, I was literally, oh, I'm going to order this off of Amazon, I'm going to buy this from here. I'm going to go on a big spending spree, going shopping, and suddenly there's a credit card involved, and I just kind of got to the point where I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, I need to take a step back. My house is cluttered. I've got 0 savings. I'm in debt. Okay, like, it wasn't like a huge amount of debt, but it was enough to kind of make me go, whoa. Because I've been brought up to not spend money that you don't have. My mum and dad are very frugal, and they instilled that in us, or trying to anyway. And suddenly I'm just throwing it around as if I don't know, as if I just I'm some like rich person, and I'm not rich. Like, if I was rich, my god, I would not be going to work. But I am going to work, and I was like, I am literally going to work and I'm not saving any money. I am obviously paying my bills and everything else, but I'm spending it on all this stuff that I don't actually need. And again, a lot of that can come from social media, I think, because there's so many ads and stuff. You see something and you're like, oh yeah, like that's quite nice. Or you're sort of exposed to a certain aesthetic, and suddenly you almost start feeling like you want to be part of it, I guess, to a certain extent. I'm not saying like I would jump on every trend, because that's not who I am. Like, I'm not someone, and I think it applies to a lot of people, to be fair. Obviously you do get some people that literally will jump on every single trend, but I do think it was influencing me to buy more than I should have been buying. The way I think about it is, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to be dying at my workplace because I've made poor financial decisions. And I was just a bit like, if I carry on like this, I'm going to be in debt. I'm going to be working until I drop dead. I mean, I know you could die at any time. I'm just assuming I'm going to make it to old age. I can't imagine what I'd be like as an old lady. Like, it actually freaks me out. But the thought of then having to be an old, decrepit woman going to work is terrifying as well. At least I could just be old and decrepit at home and no one can see me. But obviously that's not the reason. It's just about having a bit more, I guess, freedom. I think it goes back to that quote, doesn't it? My sister always says about this. It's from Fight Club or something. I have watched a film, but years ago. And when I say watch a film, occasionally I do sit down and actually give something my full attention. But often it's, I'm in the room with someone else that's watching a film and I'm doing 100 other different things and kind of half watching, half doing that. It's just how I roll. I don't actually remember the quote now, which is really embarrassing. Let me just Google it. Where is it? The phrase, the things you own end up owning you. So she always quotes that at me. And I guess in a way it's kind of true, because the more you're spending and the more you're consuming on social media and everything else, the less time you have to do things that you want to do, and the freedom and obviously money freedom, they come hand in hand. When I think back to my childhood, I feel like trends obviously happened, but they lasted a bit longer, and there weren't as many of them in quick succession. Nowadays, things like can go viral. There'll be sort of, you know, everyone wants it, everyone's talking about it, and then a couple of weeks later it's nothing and the next trend has already started. There's so many different apps now, so many, like I said earlier, I was on so many different social media. I haven't actually deleted, I don't think I've actually deleted any of my social media. I've just not been on them. So if I wanted to go back to them, I could, but I just haven't. I've forgotten every social media app now, literally. So yeah, I'm obviously on here. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X now. What else is there? TikTok. I mean, that's just 5 already that I can think of off the top of my head. Pinterest. What else am I on? Just millions of things. And you just can't keep up with all of them. So it's just like all these different places where you have trends and things, and it's just crazy, really. But I just think there's just too much. Everyone's vying for attention, and so then people just get more and more extreme in things that they're doing to stand out. I'm not saying that social media is all bad. It's not. Actually, there is still an element of social. Like, you can talk to your friends on there. You can see what people that you worked with like 5 years ago that left and you've not spoken to them since are up to. I can see what people have been up to that I used to go to school with. And I don't know, do I need to know all that? Probably not. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Life is weird. I'm not saying that social media is all bad, because actually, again, that wouldn't be very balanced, would it? There are elements of social media that are fun. Otherwise, it wouldn't be successful. Sometimes it's fun to see what other people are doing. Follow your favourite celebrities, follow content creators that make cool stuff that inspire you. So actually, I'm not saying that all social media is terrible and for everyone to just get off of it, but I do think it's about being I suppose having a bit more of an intention about who you follow, like reevaluating that sometimes. I think it's about having balance and realising if you're spending too much time on something. And I think really importantly, for me, I want to create more than I consume. So yeah, I think it's about being selective. Now, obviously, like, someone might be watching this and be like, why did I watch this video? Why did I subscribe to this bitch? Like, seriously, if I don't resonate with you, just go. I feel like life is stressful and it's expensive as well. Oh my God, is it expensive at the moment? We don't need social media adding to that. And I think we need to be careful about how we use social media as an escape as well, because you can escape only for so long. Like, your problems are still there while you're escaping. So I personally am choosing to just kind of go at a bit of a slower pace. I'm just being more intentional really, and just thinking about what I'm watching, who I'm watching, why I'm watching as well. Because if I know that I've got to go to bed at like 10 o'clock so that I'll have a good night's sleep, I don't want to be back into the habit of I'm sorry, to spin round. I don't want to be back into the habit of going to bed and then, oh, I'm just going to scroll on my phone. Oh my goodness, it's nearly midnight. What have I done? Because that's not healthy. So it's making sure that it's not wasting your time, because actually sometimes I've found that I've watched loads of videos and I think, oh my goodness, that was like an hour and a half that just went like that, went in a rabbit hole, a wormhole, whatever it is. A bit like when I used to play Sims when I was a kid and suddenly 6 hours had passed. I'm like, oh crap, how did that happen? I feel like that happens a lot with your phone, and obviously your phone you carry around everywhere with you. And I think it's just about making sure that we're more present and building something with our life. To me personally, I feel like you only get one life. Obviously I know other people believe different things, but I believe you get one life. So do I want to spend that one life scrolling endlessly on my phone? Does that mean that I'm never going to be on social media? No. And when I say like I've taken a step back, that doesn't mean that I've completely cut it out of my life, because I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't sometimes going on social media. I've just dramatically reduced how much time I spend on the apps. I think it's been good for me actually. I don't know whether any of this video has made sense. I'd really be interested actually to know what your relationship with social media is like at the moment. Are you loving it? Have you noticed a shift into everything? That sounds really a leading question. Have you noticed that everything is just an ad now? Like maybe it's just my feed, I don't know, but have you noticed a change in your feed? Maybe that would be a less leading question. Do you find social media satisfying? How do you balance time online versus offline? I'd be really interested to know. If you enjoyed this video and I haven't bored you to death or made you consider why you watched this video, then please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you feel like it. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this. Bye bye.